Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a few episodes maybe of SpongeBob SquarePants, the DLC for PowerWash Simulator. I think there's only a few, and I don't know if this one takes very long or not. But we're going to be doing the pineapple, SpongeBob's house on Conch Street in Bikini Bottom. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, yeah. Alright, so I'm going to check. Yeah. Do I want an extension? That's fine. That's fine. Alright, so let's get on it, governor. Immediately with the sound effects. What is wrong with me? Like ding, 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 ding. Love it. Love it. Alright, let's make sure we did everything. Beautiful. Let's do this. Now, as far as I remember, there's just this, this, and I want to say a car somewhere. I only did this once, and I never did stream it or video it, so we're doing it now. Because we can. And it's relaxing and peaceful. And it's freaking SpongeBob. I mean, who doesn't love SpongeBob? I mean, I'm willing to admit a little bit of SpongeBob goes a long freaking way. But he is kind of adorbs. I hear Gary. Alright, let's see. Did it. Did it. I loved watching SpongeBob. My son watched SpongeBob, and Bella Boo went through a little SpongeBob era there. It gets to a point where I don't like it because I feel like it's borderline cussing. But you know, when they're 10 or 12 in my household, they're gonna hear that crap anyway, so it's just reality. If you think your kids don't hear cuss words, then you're crazy. Because they're out there, they're in the grocery stores, they're in the schools, they're everywhere. You can't keep that from your kids. I thought I could try. It doesn't quite work that way, unfortunately. Oh, poor Gary. Stuck in that house. What am I missing? Oh. It sounds like a cat so much. Oh, I miss having a cat. I love my dogs, don't get me wrong. But I love cats too. And cats, when they want to be snuggled, are some of the best snugglers. And they're so soft and they purr. It's almost worth all the meanness they put you through before they get to where they want to be loved on. Almost. I've had a few that are just plain mean, just rotten mean cats. You couldn't nor would you want to pet them because they're hateful and mean. But you love them anyways, you know. One I had was a feral cat. I still think he was just wild because he definitely hadn't been touched much, if any at all. But he come down off the hillside. I had my front door open, and he come down off the hillside and just walked straight in my house. And I was like, hello? And he was hissing at me, throwing a fit. He wasn't trying to get out. He was just like, okay, this is my house. You need to leave. And after about, I don't know, a 3-day standoff, I was feeding him and he let me pet him. And then finally he just let me pet him. And I'd pet him whenever I wanted to, even though he didn't really like it. A lot of times he would just stand there and kind of hiss at me. But occasionally he would come up and want to be loved. It was just like a mutual understanding thing. I don't know if he got tired of living out on his own or what. I don't know. But he come from the hill up in the woods and decided to make my house his home. And good cat though. I mean, I would let him out and he would come right back. We lived right on the highway. Every other animal always got killed on the highway, but not him. He would go out, he'd go across the road, but he was so smart he would use our cattle crossing. It's like a little bridge under the highway that the cows could go back and forth from one side of our land to the other. He would use that to go back and forth instead of going across the highway. Super, super smart cat. I gave him to my sister when I left up there. She was like, he's doing fine. He comes in my house and he just stays. It's like he knew you were leaving and he'd best accept his fate. But when it's cold, he'll come inside and he'll stay the entire time. Get up the next morning and go ramble. This got taller, I think. All that, climbing up this. Or climbing up that just to get to this. Might as well do this while I'm here, huh? But yeah, beautiful cat, solid black with yellow eyes. He had a little nub tail. So I don't know if someone had cut his tail or not. Had little tufts of hair coming out of his ears. And the prettiest little toes. He had 6 toes on each foot on the front. Just a very pretty cat. I say had like he's gone, but I guess in a sense he is to me. He's her cat now. But I would like a cat. It's just, we have so much with Leo right now. He is such a naughty boy. And he tears up everything. I just don't know if I could deal with a cat right now. I feel like a lot of cats are very nosy. And they like to climb up on your cupboards and get into crap until you get them properly trained. And we can't even get Leo trained. He's just so hard to deal with. Put you right here. I'm putting the open side. Yeah, just like that. Just like that. He's perfect. But when I do decide that I want a cat and the time is right and we have a discussion about it and we all agree that the time is right, then I'm going to go to a shelter and pick up a cat. Not going to pay for one. I'm going to go get one that needs a loving home. I've always wanted to buy an expensive cat. But ever since we got Bailey from the shelter, I'm like, oh my God, there's so many beautiful, sweet, sweet angels that need someone to love them. Why would I pay just to have a pretty cat when there's all those that need a person? They need a family. They need a home. So, I will be getting one from the shelter. Like adopting a child. You know, if I wanted another child, instead of going through the process of, you know, trying to do surrogates and all this stuff, I would go try to adopt a child. Give a child a chance. I mean, I know surrogates are great because you can have your blood and all that and your DNA, and it's partially your child. But not always. That's not always the case. I mean, there's like the adoption part where someone has a baby just for you. Like you can pay someone to have a baby for you. That's the kind of stuff I wouldn't do. I would adopt. My brother, he gets foster children. I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot of them that are bad eggs. Not gonna lie. Their little life has been such crap that, you know, it's hard to believe them ever recovering from something like that and leading a normal life. It's possible, but it is hard to imagine. And some of them, he can't help. You know, he has to send them back into the system. He gives them just a little bit of freedom, and then they're breaking into the store down the road, and he's a good guy. He is a great man. He just, he's trying to help these children. And he gets attached to them. Treats them like gold. Buys them PS5s and stuff. And then next thing you know, they do some crazy crap. They took him to the beach. He had 3 of them, I think. Took him to the beach. And rented him a little golf cart to ride around and go shopping and all this. And they wrecked it. They destroyed it, and he had to pay for that. I mean, it almost discouraged him from helping. But, some of them he's kept until they're 18 years old. They want to be big, so they move out and go get a job and all that. But you know what? If the going gets tough, they come back. They come back and stay with him. And he lets them. He ain't getting no money from the state. He ain't doing nothing. He's just acting like a father for those kids. And it's amazing. He keeps saying, that there's no kid that can't be helped. And he feels like he's failing when he has to send them back. But I tell you, there's some that he's got, I wouldn't even try. They're just, right from the beginning, there's no way. There's no way. And it's a crying shame. But they'll come in and instantly, be threatening and, bodily harm and all this stuff. No way. And of course, him being a single man, they only give him the hard cases and the older kids because he don't have any help. He works his tail off. So we don't have time to date. He's gonna kill me if this ever comes out. He really, really, really was in love with this woman, and they went to Florida together and everything, and then they got back from Florida, and 2 months later she got married to somebody, and ever since then he hasn't even tried. He don't date. He just goes to work. And it's freaking sad because he's a phenomenal, phenomenal guy. But, yeah, he does what he can for these kids. And some people knock him for it. So why would you do that? Waste your time and money on these kids that are hopeless cases. And he don't see any of them as that. But when he tries to help them and they instantly start doing crap, then he pretty much decides to, his only course of action is to send them back because he can't deal with that. Not when he's already got like 3 in his house. It's just too much. And of course, because he is so nice, they bring him all the kids, like, constantly. Middle of the night, knocking on his door. We got this, we got that. Can they just stay for a night? A month later, here they are. And then, he's got like 4, which is a lot for one man to have to have. What they don't realize is, even the ones that are like 19 and 20, they come back. They're the foster kids, and they come back and they stay with him. Because he gives them money. He's good to them. He makes sure they have a good life. Is he crazy for it? Yeah, I think so. I feel like a lot of them take advantage of him. But he's probably saved an awful lot of kids that something bad would have happened to them if they'd have went anywhere else. They'd have ended up in prison, or they would have killed somebody, or someone would have killed them, or they would have done some kind of awful something with drugs, you know? So, he probably saved a few. Oh, get up there. Oh my goodness, these are so hard to get. And change this to you. You're done. You're done. Not. Okay. Where is this one? Oh, I'm getting messages. Who's sending me messages? Probably a bill collector. Your payment is due. I don't see anything triggering on that. But yeah, he's a great guy. He's doing great things. Oh. Ah, get up. Go, 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 go. Eat it. I'm blue, la da dee da da da, la da dee da da da. Well, this might take longer than I thought. We still got Patrick's Rock to do. So my mother has been asking me to get online. Now I am 3 hours away from this woman, and she has 3 daughters that live an hour or less. Right? She's asking me to go online and look up this pattern for her. Rabbit ear crochet stitch. She wants to make a rabbit ear stitch blanket. These heifers can't even look that up for mother and print it off and take it to her. Here's this 84-year-old woman having to try to write down all these different moves. If you know anything about crocheting, it's like single crochet, 1 double crochet over. I mean, it's just like, whoa, it's like lines of code, basically. And all they gotta do is print it off, send it to Walgreens and have it print it off, you know. But no, these heifers, they, nope. So I get online and I finally find it. And the only way I have to get it is I have to buy this book. I'm like, I don't care about that. It's my mom, you know. She's 84 years old. I'm not going to have her a whole lot longer. If there's anything that she wants that I can get her, I'm going to. So before I can even think, this is me running a full-blown awful migraine. I'm on the phone with mom and I'm like, I found it. It is in this book. It's $29. I'm going to buy it and have it sent to you. And she's like, no, 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 don't spend your money. I'm like, whatever, save your breath. So I put in it instantly asked for my credit card information. So I put it in. And then it wants me to set up an account. And I'm like, okay, I guess for the shipping. So I put in my name. And I'm like, well, where does my address go? And it said something like, place your order. And I thought it would be, in the next step is when you put in your shipping information and all that. So I placed the order. It's like, your ebook is now ready to download. I'm like, oh, no. Now, y'all, this is like 300 pages, right? And I'm on the phone with Mom, and I'm like, oh, this is beautiful. There's so many beautiful stitches. And she's like, I'm so excited. I can't wait to get it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And I get it downloaded, and I'm like, Mama, I'm sorry, but it's a download. She was like, what does that mean, honey? I'm like, well, if you had a computer, you would be able to read it and you would be able to see the pattern and follow along on your screen. And she was like, okay. Well, I'll just read the book. And I'm like, no, there is no book, Mama. I was like, it's called an ebook. It's only where you can read it online. She's like, there's no book. And I said, no. She's like, well, it didn't cost $29. I was like, no, Mom, it did. She's like, and you didn't get anything? I'm like, I got an ebook, Mom. I was like, I have all the patterns. I can see them right here. She's like, but I can't see them. I was like, I know, Mama. She said, well, how's that help me? I said, it doesn't. And she said, I don't understand. I said, remember, full-blown migraine. I'm like, Mama, I don't understand either. And she was like, well, you have the book. Can you just send it to me in the mail? And I'm like, let me look and see how much it'll cost to have this thing printed off and sent to you. So I go to, what was it, FedEx or something. 66 cents per sheet. And for all those pages, it was going to be like $100 and something. I'm like, oh my God. And that was to have it printed where she could pick it up at FedEx. I was like, well, you know what? Even if I print it off down here, by the time I had it shipped to her, because it's going to be a book, and it's going to be heavy, I'm going to spend probably $30 in shipping. So I'm like, you know what, Mama? If you could just wait, I'm going to be coming up. And I'll bring my tablet or something. We will figure out something where you can get this stitch. Because even today, I still have a bad migraine. Even today, I can't figure out how I would fix this situation for her. I have the ebook. I want to give her real pages. And I can't do that. And I paid $29 for, as she says, for nothing. She's like, you bought nothing. And she's right. I bought nothing. Because it's useless. Because I ain't going to crochet it. I know how to crochet. But I'm not going to crochet that. I don't have time for crocheting in my life. I'm so confused. There's got to be a different way. Or at least somewhere you could send it to... Like, didn't it used to be like 10 freaking cents per copy? I could do that. Not 66 cents. Freaking economy sucks so bad right now. can't even afford to pay attention. And of course, you know, it's a download. It's not like you can be like, can I get my money back? Because they're going to be like, are you stupid? We already sent you the product. You already downloaded it because you're a moron. Why would we give you money back? So she's absolutely right. I wasted $29 and still didn't accomplish helping my mother. But you would think that one of them, they all have computers and shit. You would think one of them would take 30 minutes and go to Mama's house with their tablet or laptop or something and let that woman see that crochet stitch and do it a few stitches, and that's all it takes with her. Once she's got it, she's got it. And I could figure out some other way to get her the rest of the book so she can look at the beautiful stitches, but not a one of them heifers would do that for Mama. I don't know. That's one of the reasons I hated to leave. Because I feel like nobody will do anything for Mom and Daddy now. All the time. Mama called me Susie. That is not my name. But she always called me Susie. Because my middle name is Sue. And she was like, Susie, I sure do miss having you right here. We would always just load up in the car and go to town or go to Goodwill and just enjoy our day. So I know they're not taking them, doing a whole lot with them. I mean, my mom loves to shop. My one sister who lives right in the yard, she takes them to go get their groceries and stuff. But it's usually when she can or when she has to go, which I understand. She can't do it all the time. But it is Mom and Dad, you know. And so many of our friends whose mother and father or mother and or father is gone, they would give anything to be able to drop what they're doing, take their parents. And I don't want it to be that. I don't want it to have to become, oh, I wish I had done this. Or if only I had done that, you know. I've lived my life being the one right there up Mama and Daddy's butt to help them do everything that I could. And now that I'm 3 hours away from them, I feel like I'm 100 miles or 100 years away. Feels so far away. And I know it does to them as well. It's like my daddy, his 87th birthday was April. Well, I'm not going to say the date, but anyways, I didn't get to make it up there for his birthday. So I sent him some stuff. Me and my father share a passion for coin collecting, stamp collecting, postage stamp collecting, you know, tokens, stuff like that. And so I bought him a bunch of 2x2s, which is the little white squares, the little cardboard squares with the cellophane window. I bought him a bunch of the different size 2x2s for the quarters, nickels, dimes, and pennies, and half dollars and dollars. Bought him 50 of the pages that holds those with the coins in them, you know, and had them sent through Amazon to him. And what else did I buy? Oh, I bought him a loop. It's like a 60 times loop, a big one, because his little eyesight's getting worse and worse. And looking at the stamps and coins, you need something that's really gonna hone in on them. So bought him one of those and just a bunch of crap and had it sent to him. And it just so happened that Mother's Day was coming up, so I went ahead and got Mother's Day sent. And I got Mom some crochet books. This is before I knew about the freaking pattern that she wanted so bad, or I would have spent a lot of time looking. But bought her some pattern books, a potato grater that's like you spin it around and you don't have to sit there and grate it with your hands and cut your hand up. It's a really cool one, a little expensive, but really nice. It's like a food processor, but it's not. You don't plug it in, you do it with your hand. It's really, really super freaking nice. And I bought myself one and was telling Mom about it. She was like, that sounds wonderful. And I was like, it is. So I bought her one for Mother's Day. Bought her some crochet books, a few novels she likes to read. Just a bunch of crap. And I had that sent. And so yesterday they called and we got our packages. And I was like, finally, because they were delayed for a few days. I guess Amazon's having some problem with shipping or some crap. I don't know. And she was like, I sure do miss you, Susie. I don't have anyone to talk to about crocheting or anything. Because I used to crochet and knit with Mom a lot. And do embroidery work and stuff. Back before I started gaming hot and heavy. And so she told me that her and Dad got their stuff, and she was like, your father has been sitting here playing with those coins and stamps all morning, just having a good time. And stuff like that just means the world to me. And it does to them too, because, you know, God, this sounds awful, but sometimes they're like, okay, we're all going to pitch in together and buy Mom and Dad a gift card to this restaurant. And I'm like, Mom and Dad don't even like to go out to eat. Dad survived. He had stage 4 colon cancer. And when they were doing the surgery on him, they dropped him off the bed. He fell off the bed and he broke his hip. So, you know, he walks funny. So he don't really like to walk. He don't like to go out in public and stuff. It's embarrassing. I'm sure it is. And no, we didn't sue the hospital. My dad, Native American, and he ain't like all that. He was like, these people saved my life. In an emergency situation like that, they're trying to save my life. He's like, I'm not going to sue them for an accident. He's like, because it's not like they threw me on the floor. He said it was an accident. And so, no, they did not sue the hospital. It ain't nothing like that. But, yeah. They're just really good people, and people in my family that don't spend a whole lot of time with Mom and Daddy. They don't know. They don't understand that Mom and Dad don't. Well, Mom, she'll go out to eat, of course. She likes to fuddy-duddy around. Dad don't. He likes the food. You can get him a to-go plate. He don't like to go out in public. He don't like to walk around, go shopping. For one, it's painful. For another, it's embarrassing. So, And so they loved the crap I got them. Less than $100, just a little goodie box of things they love. It's like Mama loves hot tea. And so every year around Christmas, I'll find some hot tea, some good, the Twins brand, I guess, tea, and I'll send it to her. Just a little, I love you, here's some tea. And she loves that crap. She loves it. Dad likes the Barks root beer. And a lot of the old-fashioned candy. And so, like, whenever I go to Cracker Barrel, constantly looking for the candies that Dad likes. And I'll send them to him or take them to him. I love my family. And it was really hard. I've never left my home like that. Never. I've only been, I think the furthest away I've been from home to live was an hour and 15 minutes from Mom and Dad's house. And I met this wolf. And it was time for me to move on. I had to get out of a bad situation. And I had this adorable little wolf. It was like, you can come down here. So now I'm 3 hours away from my mom and daddy. And couldn't be happier, honestly. But I miss my mom and daddy terribly. I do. Oh, I had to pause it for a minute. Bella Boo came in here. She's doing her schoolwork. She's like, Mama, you can check this schoolwork. I'm like, just pile it here. I'll check it later. Mama's busy. It's one of the rare days that Bella will actually let me make her do schoolwork. We homeschool her because of her autism and her ADHD and her oppositional defiant disorder. And it's just easier. It's so much easier than having to constantly go up to the school or call the school or complain to the school. So I homeschool her. And a lot of times she will not let me teach her. She will not. She will only learn what she wants to learn, and that is it. And today's one of the good days. Today she's letting me. I got an order that comes once a month of what is this stuff called? Elastic something. I can't remember because my head hurts really bad. But she'll sit there and she'll do up almost the whole frickin' book of it. And I've got 5th grade level, so a lot of stuff she's behind on, don't get me wrong. A lot of stuff she's excels at, like math. This child's probably doing almost college math right now. Spelling, probably 1st grade. Not lying. She loves engineering, but she can't read a map, you know. She can tell you everything there is to know about the solar system and the universe, but she don't know anything about the human anatomy or anything else like that. Because if she doesn't want to learn it, you can sit there and yodel in her face about it for 12 hours and she's not going to retain 1 ounce. Not one. You can sit there and say, Bella, 1 + 1 is 2. Do you understand me? And she'll be like, yes. Okay, what is 1 + 1? I don't remember. Just that fast. Just gone. But yeah, today's a good day. She's doing work left and right, just flying right through it. One of them was a science book. I'm having her bring me a book so I can see what they're called. And that's why I can't have a curriculum with her, because I don't know what she's gonna let me teach her. Hold on, let me see what this is. Okay, I wasn't scholastic anything. It's highlights for children. And it's a box that comes, and it's like 3 or 4 or 5 workbooks every month. And it's, you know, all these different math, science, spelling, writing, reading, all of that. And we still have half of last month's because she wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. I think it was writing, English composition stuff, you know. Nope. Absolutely not. That is torture. She was like, this is complete and utter bull crap. So when she doesn't allow me to teach her, usually we'll go in the kitchen and we'll bake or something like that. So she's still learning something, a life skill of some sort, but she definitely is not up to snuff where she should be in a basic school scenario, but she's not in a basic school scenario. She is Bella Boo, and she was in 3rd grade in public school, and she still didn't know how to read. And they passed her, and they kept passing her through, and they would fail her and then pass her, and she wouldn't learn. So I don't feel like I'm doing too bad with her. She can read really well. Takes her some time. She's slow, but she can read. She can spell better than she could. I'm not too worried about it. And it's really hard with autistic children because she's, you know, she's about mid-level. There's some kind of scale that they put them on, which is ridiculous. You either have it or you don't, you know. But they said she is a high to mid functioning. High functioning, I guess, is where it doesn't affect you at all, really. You have a normal, typical life, and there's just a few little things that are autistically inclined, I guess. I don't know. And she is in the middle of that and the middle functioning. So, yeah. And it's like she doesn't really have a learning disability other than the fact that she will not learn unless she wants to learn. And that's the oppositional defiant disorder. You cannot make this child do any freaking thing. Yeah. My mom and dad, they're like, just beat her, spank her. That's what we used to do with you kids. Yes, in that day and age, that's what happened. But that is also the day and age when kids weren't diagnosed with this stuff. My dad's like, you never heard about autism when you kids were growing up. This is just some crap they've made up. I'm like, Dad, no, it's not. This is just because it was never tested for. It was there. But it's not like the doctor was like, oh, maybe we should test this child for autism. No, it wasn't like that. Just like, the doctor would be like, I think you need to punish him more. That's the freaking truth. Oh, I forgot to jump. Let's move it anyway. But yeah, that's why it wasn't really heard of in the days when we were growing up. Because it wasn't tested. We weren't tested for it. It's like what's wrong with me, the pseudotumor cerebri and the Chiari malformation. It was never, it's not been tested for. People complained for years about having migraines every day, constant migraines. It's so bad that they have to go get shots at the hospital, you know, cocktail pain shots. And now they're starting to test for it. And they're finding it in more and more people. And by them finding it in more people, it's making more opportunities, more people aware, more treatment options. And that's the way it is becoming with the autism, I hope. It's becoming where it's recognized more. There's more options for an autistic child or mother, father, brother, sister than just hopelessness. I forgot to open the house. Patrick Starfish. Da 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 da. But yeah, we're doing fine. Belly Boo's doing fine. It may not be what the doctor ordered, but it works for us. She's relatively happy 90% of the time. Main thing is she's not getting verbally abused by a redneck piece of garbage, trash, every day. And neither am I. And that's the main thing. She's getting love and attention and just sweetness all the time. And that's exactly what this child deserves. What she deserved all along. Just, you know. Sometimes it happens where you overlook crap. You overlook it and you think, oh, it's bad, but it could always be worse. No. No, it's usually worse for someone else and you just don't realize it. Because he was terrible. He was awful to me. Verbally. Mentally. Not physically, because I'd have shot him, you know, but just saying some of the most rotten, mean mouth, ignorant things to me. And I knew he was to her too, but I was like, oh, I can take it, so it's not that bad. I'm sure she can take it. No, she couldn't. She didn't have to. I should have been stronger, but I wasn't. She don't have to deal with that crap no more. And I think that, you know, that's a lot of what's going on with her emotionally too, is all that verbal and mental abuse. I mean, we told him that, well, one of the times I told him I was leaving and for him to leave. It was my house. I told him to leave and he was like, oh, you think you can live here alone? I was like, yeah, it's my house. Why can't I live here alone? He was like, I'll come here in the middle of the night and I'll set it on fire and burn you both alive. And he said that. And of course, I was like, whatever, you know. I didn't realize, you know, that she's scared to death. She's still scared to death that he's going to do that, even down here. And it never dawned on me how it affected her. You know? And he's so psychotic. and such a toxic person that, I mean, he might try to do something like that, but not here. You don't even... It's like once you're out of their grasp, they lose their control, you know? I didn't know. But we're here, and we're safe, and we're fine, and my mama is happy that we're here, even though she hates me being so far away. She loves that I'm not with that mean SOB, putting up with that just because I was married to him. See, my mother's Catholic, and it's always been, if you're married, you find a way to make it work. You stick with it. Come hell or high water. Not this case. So get out of there. Do something else. Go away. The hinge. I thought I did the freaking... Where? I don't know what I'm missing. Maybe. That little tiny bit right there? No. Oh. That whole side? Okay. Now where? But anyways. I talk too much. SpongeBob's front door. Where would that be? Let's just spray it again. Everywhere. Everybody clap your hands. I don't want anyone to feel sorry for us or anything. That's not... Because this is the best thing that probably could have ever happened to us. And I'm glad it mostly all worked out like it did. I would have been happier, you know, if she didn't have to go through that crap, if I would have been stronger for her in the beginning. But I wasn't. Stepping path stones. Does he have any stepping path stones? No. Must be over here. How many of them was there? 2 more? Okay. Pineapple panels. Oh. Those freaking things were hard. Oh wait. These are the panels. Oh, Gary, don't cry. I don't see one lit up. It should be flashing. Let me move this out the way. Did we see one flashing anywhere? Oh. Good grief. Bottom pineapple panels. What? Bottom. Ooh, lives in a pineapple under the sea. All those were done? Top pineapple panels. Oh my. There it is. Get up on that sign. Not gonna work, is it? SpongeBob's house, the reef blower, Squidward. Thought I did this thing. Oh, maybe that? Hmm. Oh my. Alright. Rear window frame. I did that. And his brow. Oh, let's get up there. Ugh. Maybe I can reach it. We did it! We did it! So anyways, that's that. I don't want to make it seem like I'm only here because of that. I'm going to tell you right now, I have found the most wonderful person ever. And that is not the only reason I'm here. That is the reason I stay. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, leave me a like. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. And I will see you all on the next episode. Bye!